Now I'm gonna remove the pegs here on the side of the cylinder head. These I'm just gonna clean up and put them aside. Then I'm gonna move on to the actual valve covers. I'm gonna be painting this one on the driver's side. But as you can see, I'm gonna keep or to make note of which ones are the longer pegs. For example, on this side, the two in the back are longer than the ones in the front, whereas the opposite side, the ones in the front are the longer pegs as the one in the back. I'm not sure if it makes a difference. It's just the way it was before, and it's gonna be going forward. Okay, so the covers are off. You can see everything is ready to go. Lifters are gonna be next, right after I remove all the spark plugs, and I'm gonna just toss those out. They're pretty old. They're pretty, yeah, I'm pretty sure some of them might be in good shape, but you know what? I'm just gonna invest in a new set anyways, once everything is back together. So I'm gonna stop recording for now, but I'm gonna remove the spark plugs, and then we'll come back to the removing the lifters and the rods on here. All right. Good, at this point I cracked all these loose. I think I'm using a 13mm socket. Very carefully I loosen these up. I remove the lifter, very careful not to disturb the position of where the bolt is held onto. I actually even marked it, I'll show you. And I removed the rod, and I created a little mapping box here, which I've numbered, and I'm also labeled each of these: driver's side 1, 2, 3, and respectively. We'll do the same on the passenger side, keeping these in the same orientation as I took them, you know, this side up, the other side down. Also, I marked, like I said, the piece underneath, so in the case I drop it or I know what position it needs to be in. The reason for this is the wear and tear over time kind of shapes it to a certain to a certain position, and then so your engine won't function as well if you were to just change the position or the orientation of some of these items. So they're gonna go back exactly as they came in. Now what I'm also planning to do once I'm done with these, I'm gonna remove all of these on the sides, but also there's some lifters in here. I'm gonna check, as you can see right in there, that's actually what's holding it in place. But inside that, where you see the rod going in, the lifter's just below that. I think I'm hearing some pinging sound from there. I mean, some of these, they were probably starved for oil, because I did leave the oil to drop below a certain level for a certain period of time. So some of these might be junk already. So, but that will have, I will replace those after I'm done working on the heads themselves. So that's the next step. I'll remove all these one by one and map them back over here. So here we go. So now that we have removed all the other components here, we're ready to remove the heads. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the outer bolts on each other side, and then the middle ones. So that's a total of 4 on the top, 4 at the bottom, but I'm going to go like I said, working from the outside in, slowly turning each a quarter of a turn, because these are under a lot of torque. That force could, if I just go ahead and just unscrew everything like one bolt completely, could warp the head, and we don't want to do that. So we take it slow, you know, don't want to ruin all the good work that we've done so far. So I'm going to focus on that today. So I got a breaker bar. I'm using a 15mm. I might have to use an extension, just I'm not sure how strong those bolts are in there. And I'm gonna toss those bolts. They're one-time use. I already got some from Rock Auto. So when I assemble this back together, I'm gonna leave them soaking in oil overnight, and then I'm gonna start putting them back in there. I'll film that part too, but for now, we're just tearing this thing down and getting it ready to get it serviced, okay? So We'll be right. Let's see what we do. Yeah, it's definitely gonna use an extension. All right, I'm gonna stop filming for now, but I just cracked one loose, and I'll repeat the process for everything. 1/4 turn slowly. Right, they're all loose. At this point, I can just use a regular ratchet. Well, this back one is a pain, but it's coming out. Almost there. All right. All right, let's compare these. Well, I got some fluid already leaking, which is probably the coolant. Top one. All right, top one, lower ones. So you can see they're longer on the top. So I'm gonna just trash these, no longer used. Whew. Time to make a mess. Quite a mess. So the head's off. Here's a gasket stuck in there. I'll work on taking that off. But here it is. All right. So I'm officially halfway through. Well, right after I take the other side off. But that's it for today.